Welcome to the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say. And deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind, it's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let me get over to my microphone. Good afternoon, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. This is your man, and welcome to another episode of the Patriots Lab. How's everybody doing? Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. And y'all already know how to do it. If you want to get on the show, just let me know. Send me a DM. I will also be sending the link up there momentarily. But first, I got to make sure everything is going according to plan. Sometimes things. Okay, here we go. Make sure you drop your comments. And let me see what Mama D's in the building. Vince is in the building. Good afternoon. Let me go ahead and pop this link up here real quick for everybody also. Where'd it go? There we go. All right, so you have the link there for this afternoon's discussion. And we've come a long way. But we find out now, I guess when you're busted, you see the title. I guess it's all about the illusion. You know, it's like you're dating and you're cheating on your girlfriend, and you take another girl to the movies and you get busted in the movie theater. And you're telling them, no, I don't. It looks like it's not what it looks like. It's just an illusion. They're messing with my volume. Hold on. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Let me get a thumbs up if y'all can hear my microphone. It's been one of those days. But I got to get it right. Okay, I think I got volume. But we're going to get into our first video. And we're going to see what the Democrat situation is now that the cat's out the bag. It's amazing, their talking points. But we're going to start off with my man, Mr. Goldman here. And we're going to let him explain the whole situation. Y'all check this out. Listen to Mr. Goldman.
Yesterday, the House Oversight Committee held a closed-door interview with Hunter Biden's former business partner, Devon Archer. Archer testified Hunter would put his father on the phone in front of business associates, but they, quote, never once spoke about any business dealings. Now, Republicans are using this to say Joe Biden was the, quote, brand his son was selling around the world. Joining us now, Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman of New York. He's a member of the House Oversight Committee and was a part of yesterday's closed-door meeting. Congressman, it's great to have you here. So
good to be here.
Help us understand who Devon Archer is and what he did and did not say yesterday in that meeting.
Devon Archer was Hunter Biden's business partner from 2013 to 2016, and he was most notably on the board of Burisma with Hunter Biden.
That's right.
And what he testified to yesterday completely absolves Joe Biden of any involvement in Hunter Biden's business world. And notwithstanding whatever alleged smoke Chairman Comer says there is, the witness testimony was very clear that Joe Biden was not involved in any of their business dealings. Joe Biden got no benefit. Joe Biden did not change any of his actions for the benefit of his son in any way, shape, or form. That Hunter may have, quote, promoted the illusion of influence on his father, but the witness was very clear that it was an illusion. There was no actual influence, and what the evidence has shown in this entire investigation.
Okay, so we're going to stop it right there. So now you want me to believe that it was an illusion. You want us to believe it was an illusion. So we're supposed to believe that Hunter Biden was playing these high profile dignitaries, these world leaders. He was just playing them. He was lying to them. That's what you want me to believe. That he was so powerful that he was lying and playing them and promising them things that he knew that he could never deliver. I don't think so.
And we keep getting witness after witness who's supposed to be their star witness showing Joe Biden's connection. Is the only evidence is that that Joe Biden's official actions ran counter to Hunter Biden's interests, because this witness said that Burisma believed they had the corrupt prosecutor general, and I quote what the witness said, under control, and they did not want him to be fired because that might mean that Burisma and their president would get investigated, and yet that's exactly what Joe Biden advocated. That's the only evidence at all of Joe.
That's the only evidence we need. We only need one dot to connect. And you see how he tries to word finagle. He tries to use that Kamala Harris word salad and confuse you. But we only need one link. That's it. But you want to downplay it like it's just a coincidence. No, it coincides. Yes. But because he didn't say, yeah, Joe Biden, because he didn't mention Joe Biden's name. The illusion. Really? So that's how desperate y'all gotten to say, okay, we're busted. So we'll just say, no, we were just giving off an illusion. It's not what it appears to be.
Joe Biden's connection in any way, shape, or form to Hunter Biden's business interests. And it begs the question, Hunter Biden has been investigated by the Department of Justice by a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney for 5 years.
Okay. And they keep saying that over and over and over. A Trump appointed this, a Trump appointed that. Who cares? That does not take away from the fact that they can do messed up shit. He appointed a lot of people under him who turned out to do messed up things,
including all of the foreign business accounts, foreign bank records, FARA violations, all that stuff. That's the Department of Justice's job. Congress's job is not to investigate a private citizen. Congress's job is oversight, and there must be some legislative purpose, and that has to connect to Joe Biden. And there is simply no connection.
So, as you say, and we've said many times on this show, there's just been no evidence. They've been given a ton of opportunities. James Comer last night on Hannity, what's the evidence? Hannity pleading with him, show us something. Well, all we have is smoke. We don't have any fire. And you would think, as you say, over many years, they would have found it by now.
Okay. So he admits that there's smoke, but there's no fire because nothing is directly connected to Joe Biden. But do you know you can die from smoke inhalation? Enough smoke can kill you. It doesn't directly have to turn into flames and become a fire to kill you. Enough smoke will kill you. Let him continue.
Do you concede at least, though, that it was unseemly for Hunter Biden, that it appears at least 20 times there was a business deal, to just so happen to call up the Vice President of the United States and to suggest, look, I'm connected to people in high places. You want me on this deal?
Well, I think Hunter Biden has been open about that himself, that he certainly used his last name to benefit his own business interests. The question, though, is not whether Hunter Biden did anything. The question is whether he did have any influence or did have any access, and whether the president did anything to benefit Hunter. And what was clear in the testimony yesterday is that there were many instances where Hunter Biden tried to get, quote, credit for something that his father did completely independent. And the key here is that they never discussed business. They said hello. It was, greetings, niceties, salutations, small talk. It was never involved with business. And even
so they have to admit that, okay, we're busted. Okay, we talked. We've been telling y'all forever we didn't talk. I know we've been telling y'all forever we didn't talk. Okay, we talked. But we wasn't talking about nothing. It was only pleasantries. It was only the weather. That's all. I wanted to know what the weather was like over in Ukraine and Russia. I wanted to know what the weather was like in Uzbekistan. I wanted to know what the weather was like in China while I'm chilling here in Delaware. I wanted to know what the weather was like. I could give a damn what the weather was like in any other parts of the world. The nerve, the audacity, the balls that this character right here has. This man right here, I give him credit. I give this man credit.
Devin Archer said that Joe Biden has no business experience, wouldn't have known what Hunter was doing, and was not interested nor ever discussed it. And so not only was there no evidence connecting Joe Biden, but the allegations that Joe Biden lied are wrong as well. He didn't discuss Hunter's business dealings.
So, Congressman, just because it is the source of so much smoke, could you just, with specifics, tell us these phone calls that were a matter of such discussion yesterday, like what were they about? What would then Vice President Biden say in these conversations? Walk us through what happened.
Right. So let's put this in context. Beau Biden got very sick in early 2015. He died in the spring of 2015, which was right.
What the hell Beau Biden got to do with this? What does Beau Biden have to do with this? Let him continue.
Right in the middle when Devin Archer had his business dealings with Hunter Biden. At that point, Joe Biden and Hunter Biden began to speak every day because they were both devastated by Beau's death. They spoke every day. The witness testified that over his 10-year relationship with Hunter Biden, there may be approximately 20 times when in one of those conversations, Hunter Biden would put his father at a dinner, not at a business meeting, at a dinner that he was having if he happened to get a hold of his father.
Okay. What the hell is the difference between a dinner and a business meeting? We sitting around a table, we talking business, and we eating dinner. What do you call it? What do you call it? And see, the people, y'all notice this MSNBC, and they have people that are watching this. And I'm just wondering, the people that are watching this, if they're seeing what the hell I'm seeing, because so now the reason, yeah, sure, Hunter and his dad talked every day now, but the only reason they talked is because they was consoling one another from the death of Beau Biden. You have to understand, a father and a son have to speak every day because of the tragic death of a brother and a son. They have to talk during dinners specifically. It's nothing that they can talk to or talk about around the dinner table at home. It's something that they have to discuss over the telephone. Don't you understand?
And would ask his father to say hello to whoever was at the table. And that was essentially the extent of it. It was unclear, and the witness testified, this is not me saying that, the witness testified that a lot of times, most of the time, Joe didn't even know who the people were at the dinner table.
Okay. So, we're sitting around the table, and Hunter's like, yo, Pops, I want you to just pop in and holler at somebody. Dad's like, I don't care who it is. I don't need to know who it is. Okay, I'll say hi. Wouldn't you think the then vice president, before he gets on a telephone, would want to know who he is getting ready to interact with, being the vice president of the United States? You mean to tell me he's just going to get on the phone and talk to some random? That's what you wanted me to believe.
So this was just simply, this may have been Hunter's effort to say, hey, this is, the vice president, this is my dad. But the critical part here for Congress, and that's what we have to make sure we understand, is that Joe Biden was doing nothing to benefit his son.
So, Congressman,
So he quickly jumps from clearly Hunter was trying to act like he was big dog and was able to get his dad on the phone, but there's no connection that they ever did anything.
you used the word illusion a couple of minutes ago.
Illusion.
Congressman Comer, your chairman, appears to be trying to sell the illusion of deep criminality that Hunter Biden participated in. He also framed up the time period of 2013 through 2016, 2017, at which point Hunter Biden is alleged to have taken money from Ukraine and other countries where he was trying to do business with, and that's the source of some charges that he failed to register with the State Department or whoever you registered.
No, the charges are not that he has not been charged with that.
I know, but
Not
if
yet.
he were to be charged by
Not
this
yet.
committee or the Justice Department, isn't the statute of limitations on all of those things, isn't it 5 years? Wouldn't it be over with? They couldn't do anything?
It's possible, but this was.
See, so what they're talking about here, Hunter Biden. Just say Hunter Biden. Say he's. You see the title, Hunter Biden fall guy, playing fall guy. So let's just say Hunter Biden decides to be the fall guy. Well, Hunter Biden didn't register as a foreign agent to be able to do business transactions and deals and things of that nature. FARA, what they call it. So basically, what he's just saying right now is, well, even if they try to come after him for that, hasn't the statutes of limitation run out? So he really has nothing to worry about. See, they always plan on beating and running out the clock. That's their game. Let's run out the clock.
It was a 5-year investigation. I'm sure at some point they would have been able to charge him if that were the case. We saw an email yesterday that was from the hard drive, so the witness was unable to authenticate it. But in the email, Hunter Biden made it very clear that in his role with Burisma, that he was on the board, that he could not violate FARA, and he hired attorneys, he hired a lobbying firm. His role was the corporate governance and the lobbying strategy, but he was very clear that he did not. Now, the Department of Justice...
Okay. Now, he states right here that Hunter Biden put in an email that he couldn't violate the FARA Act. So he hired attorneys. But yet he didn't register. Who cares about the attorneys? Hunter Biden didn't register as a foreign agent.
Justice investigated that. I don't know what they found. They didn't charge him. But that's just not Congress's role. Congress's role is not to investigate a private citizen.
Listen, if you are doing some dirt and the people that are supposed to be investigating you are part of the dirt that you're doing and they're not investigating you, well, guess what? Big Brother is watching. Big Brother got to do something. So you want me to just accept the fact that you doing the crap you're doing, and the people that are supposed to be holding oversight over you are just running rampant with you. So you don't want Big Brother to do nothing. We're supposed to just sit on the sideline and let y'all both run rampant. That's what you're talking about.
For a FARA violation. Congress's role is oversight over the president and over the executive branch. And they have demonstrated no connection to the president. So this investigation is now very clearly a complete fishing expedition that has no...
Wait a minute. Donald Trump is under how many indictments? I think Donald Trump is almost getting ready to go on his 4th indictment tour. The Donald Trump indictment tour is getting ready to make its next stop to Georgia. And this I don't know quite the words to put it in, but this one right here, talking about a fishing expedition. Oh my goodness.
No basis in fact to continue with it. And every witness that they bring in continues to confirm that Joe Biden had nothing to do with it. So then begs the question.
Every time we turn around, we finding out more and more and more and more and more. So really, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're going to talk about cell phones in a little bit. Did Joe have a secret cell phone? The next witness that possibly comes out, is he the one that is the money mover and the money maker and the money shaker? Not the money maker, but the money mover?
And why are we still doing this? Why are we wasting taxpayer money on this fishing expedition where there's no basis for Congress to be involved? The Department of Justice can do what it wants, but that's not Congress's role.
Quickly, Congressman, have they tracked down the fugitive star witness who was also a double agent for China and an arms dealer?
Surprisingly, Willie, we have not heard very much about him since it became clear that he was indicted for making false statements, arms trafficking, being an agent of China, and on the lam.
He's on the lam. And what about the Biden bribery tapes we've heard about?
Right. So the one critical part yesterday is that the witness completely debunked those allegations. He was on the board of Burisma. All of the money that Hunter Biden got from Burisma as being a member of the board went through their joint company, and he said there was no bribe of either Hunter or Joe.
Democratic.
Okay. So we already know that Mr. Go. Let me give my shout outs first. I want to say good afternoon to Tanya Tolferson, Cindy Souter, Chris Perry Sr., Angela Jones, Bill Reese, Lori Owens, Rika, Merlin Johnson, Troy, my man, my brother Troy. Good afternoon. Who else we got? Oh, we got the language. I don't know what country that is, but I appreciate you for tuning in. But yeah, we have this clown, Senator Goldman, who has the audacity to come out and y'all seen it. Their whole game, their whole end game is okay, no matter how many dots you connect, you haven't touched the dot that goes with Joe Biden. No matter what common sense tells you, with everything else that is surrounding this. I got a question for Joe Biden. Back in and this is all getting ready to cut. Well, it's already out there. It come to find out that there's a cell phone that could possibly be out there now. Well, not out there, be coming out with cell phone records that Joe Biden would be on with these companies. And I hope that can put this somewhat to rest. But the nerve that they have to come out day after day after day after day with the same narrative and to think that they're going to get away with it is just beyond me. I sent out a couple of the links to what was going on. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Oh, have y'all heard what is going on with Mr. Desantis? Well, if you haven't, we are going to see how everything is going with our brother Ron. And you know, when you don't stay loyal, things like this is what happens. I don't know if he's going to make it.
Also tonight, Governor Ron DeSantis is sharply cutting more than a third of his presidential campaign staff. Nearly 40 people have been let go in cutbacks just this week. In all, he had 90 staffers on his payroll earlier this month. A look at his campaign's finances showed he had burned through 40% of the $20 million he had raised between April and June.
So, as you can see, things are not looking too good. First, it started out with him cutting 90% of his staff and then just breaking poor Ron. I don't know what he's going to do. Now this.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is replacing his campaign manager, Janera Peck, ending weeks of speculation about her future. It's the latest development, a months-long shakeup of DeSantis' struggling presidential campaign. DeSantis is replacing Peck with his gubernatorial office chief of staff, James Otmire. Otmire is a trusted advisor known in Florida as an enforcer of DeSantis' agenda and devoted protector of the Republicans' political brand.
So, it looks like Mr. DeSantis might be having some problems. That's what happens. That's what happens. I said it a while back. Ron DeSantis, for some reason, forgot that Donald Trump and Mega Nation is one of the primary reasons that he got elected in the state of Florida. See, so when you abandon ship, Ron, when you abandon ship, when you stab your brother in the back, this is what happens. Last polling out, Trump was at 54, Ron DeSantis at 15%. I don't care how the Democrats try to slice it and dice it. Ron DeSantis and all the other Republicans out there that are running for vice president, because that's basically what they're running for. They're running for second place. I would actually, what I would actually like to see. I would love to see Donald Trump and a RFK Jr. ticket. I would actually love to see RFK Jr. and Donald Trump. I would love to see a Republican and a Democrat come together and develop their own independent, because you got to remember, I was a Democrat at one time, like I told you. I didn't leave Democratic Party. Democratic Party left me. Their morals, their values went out the door, out the window, and I just had to jump ship, as many others are doing. But to sit and to literally have to listen to what they continue to throw at us day after day after day. And he's not the only one. I mean, the Democratic Party, they have their bullhorns out and they're like, well, damn, okay, so he did get caught. But it was just sunshine talk. They wasn't talking about nothing important. Let's see what another clown has to say about this, being that we know that he was on the phone more than 20 times, so they have to give us some type of conversation. They were talking about pleasantries and the weather. But see, this is the thing. They continue to say, well, Hunter Biden, he made mistakes by calling his dad and putting his dad on the phone. When are you going to turn around and say, well, who's the adult in the room? Joe Biden is the one that got on the damn phone. You mean to tell me Joe couldn't have said, nah, son, we talk about that shit when you get home? You sit around, have your dinner with Lu Ching Wang and goof off knock, and I'll talk to you when you get back to the crib. But no, Joe had to get on the phone as VP. But I guess he wanted to know what the weather was like in China, in Uzbekistan, in Russia, in Ukraine. He didn't give a damn about the weather nowhere else. Come on, man. Let him talk.
Colleague Dan Goldman here a few minutes ago talking about what he heard in that oversight interview of Hunter Biden's business partner. And you said something, by the way, we've been saying on this show throughout this Hunter Biden episode, which is that if Hunter Biden broke the law, he should be prosecuted. It's clear he broke the law with respect to taxes, possibly the ownership of a handgun. He should be held accountable for that. You say that's true, and that's something no Republican has ever said about Donald Trump or his family. But what the Congress is theoretically looking into is some tie to Joe Biden. They've provided no evidence for that. They haven't found it. They've been working on this for years and years and years. But it is, I think, an important distinction. If there was a law broken, that's for the justice system to handle with Hunter Biden, and they should do that. The question is, Does Joe Biden have any relationship to that? And the answer so far is no.
Yeah, and understand what's happening here psychologically, right? Donald Trump was impeached twice for things that the American people could watch on TV. First was holding up Ukraine aid in exchange for dirt on the Bidens, right? There was no question about the facts there.
Okay. Impeachment 1 on Donald Trump. For one, he wasn't holding up money for Ukraine. And 2, yeah, he was looking for shit on the Bidens because he knew they was doing some underhanded stuff. He wanted to investigate the investigatees. So yeah, and they impeached him for that. What he said was right. There was some corrupt shit going on over there that didn't make sense, and he wanted to know what was going on.
The second time he was impeached was because he sent a mob of people to attack the Capitol. No question.
Okay. And the second time he was impeached, he sent a mob of people to attack the Capitol. As I can recall, he said we're going to go peacefully and patriotically. But this character number 2, can get on here and say this because he's got ignorant people watching him.
About the facts. Now, whether that was criminal, Special Counsel Smith will tell us in a couple of days or so. No question about the facts. What's interesting about the Biden thing?
No question about the facts.
Republicans, it's just this internal primal urge to visit retribution on the Democrats, and the problem is they can't find a fact. So, look, is there problematic questions about Hunter Biden?
I
said something that shouldn't be controversial, which is that if you committed a crime, you should be held accountable. But have they pointed to anything to suggest that Joe Biden engaged in corrupt behavior? No. And on the contrary, Hunter Biden's business partner said, yeah, he was on some phone calls talking about the weather, exchanging pleasantries. Is that in the category of, presidential family members that are problematic? Billy Carter, Hugh Rodham, maybe.
Talking about pleasantries and talking about the weather. These are grown-ass men. These are grown-ass men playing with high stakes. And you think that their level of conversation is stuck to a point where they're talking about weather and pleasantries? In the pictures, you can see they can do that while they're playing golf.
Maybe it's in that category, but it is sure and absolutely not a crime. So, they're just in this box of their own making.
And we played a soundbite even as recently as last night, James Comer on with Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity all but pleading with James Comer, show us something. What do you have? And he said, well, we sure hope we get something. There's a lot of smoke, but no fire yet. His words there.
So, y'all can have all the smoke you want. But as long as you cannot get nothing direct, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Really. So now everything is just an illusion. So everything we see, it just appears to be what we think it is. It's not like an illusion. So they went from Hunter Biden being the next Picasso to now Hunter Biden being the next David Copperfield. Hunter Biden is now the next great illusionist. Because all the facade, all the evidence that's out there, everything we see, poof, It's just an illusion. Wow. But it's amazing how they can just leave it at that. Do you notice everything that happens, it has one spark and then they just leave it at that? And in most instances, it's let go. Do you remember the cocaine that was at the White House? How that came out for an instant and it just got let go? Remember how Barack Obama's boater chef died and that came out for an instant and just got let go? Do you remember everything that came out step by step with Joe Biden and it came out for instant and let go? But what was there to pick up the slack? A Trump indictment. So always something about Trump. With never any evidence. So here you have the people that are talking about you have smoke but no fire. You can't even find anything to start a fire around Donald Trump. Now is Donald Trump guilty for having not the most best communication skills, should I say? Yes, he is. But through his intention, through what he says and however he says it, his intentions are genuine, and that's all I really care about. That's all I really care about. But here we have to watch these people literally dismantle our country right in front of us. But understand, everything we see is just an illusion. It's just an illusion. So, if y'all haven't heard, Senator Dianne Feinstein, she's okay. But poor Miss Feinstein, she fell. She fell at her crib, and they had to take her to the hospital. She was able to come back home, but man, get these old people a break. Dianne Feinstein shouldn't even be trying to get out her bed in the morning anymore, really. You know what I'm saying? Dottie Estates, hello, good afternoon. Dianne Feinstein shouldn't even be trying to get out of her bed no more. Let that lady stay at home, because basically, y'all seen the video, she ain't calling the shots anyway. Her aides are the ones telling her to give the yay or the nay. So, she's really rendered useless. I mean, I'm only saying the actual and factual. If you don't have to be the one rendering nothing, I guess you're useless. But guess what? And I'm going to go ahead and play this first before I go. Not before I go, but before I get into my two shares. Oh, my goodness.
News alert, the January 6th committee has destroyed their records.
The January 6th committee has destroyed their records. Oh, yes, they did. Go ahead, Jesse.
Video depositions, data, transcripts, documents, all missing. Democrat Benny Thompson told House Republicans in a letter, quote, "The Select Committee did not archive temporary committee records. The Select Committee was not obligated to archive all video recordings of transcribed interviews or depositions." That's strange. They spent 2 years investigating, and then they just put it in the shredder? Huh. Up next, Kamala's electric school bus scheme is a pump and dump. Fox News alert, a major update in the White House cocaine scandal. According to a report cited by the New York Post, a source close to the White House says Joe Biden knows exactly who left the bag of cocaine in the White House. And it's someone in the Biden family orbit. But this source says it wasn't Hunter's. Now, we haven't verified the report, but if this is true, it adds another layer to the cover-up.
So, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Where do we start? Sources say that the cocaine that was found in the White House belonged to somebody in the Biden orbit, but it wasn't Hunter Biden. So who could it have been? Who could it have been if it wasn't Hunter? Because Joe, every time you see him, he damn near getting ready to fall over, so we know it ain't Joe. Wow. Vinny Pona, good afternoon. Linda Morell, Mackie, good afternoon. But yo, now we find out that they have destroyed all of the January 6th committee paperwork. Everything. First, they wouldn't let any Republicans on the committee. They concocted all of the so-called evidence and whatever they got on Trump through that committee. And so we could never figure out how they got to that conclusion. Now all of the evidence is destroyed. That sounds like Hillary Clinton destroying 33,000 emails. So you can't have any type of paper trail of your corruptness. So this is what we're dealing with. You know, I was on a show last night, and we were talking, we had a nice round table, and we were talking, and we were discussing about things that were taking place, and we couldn't believe in front of our eyes what was going on. And we come to the conclusion, and we understood that this is what it's like when you live in a tyrannical society. This is what it's like when you have a one-sided mainstream media pushing a false narrative for a certain entity that wants to control and dictate every fashion of society. This is what it's like. This is what it's like when you have a government that's allowing the infiltration of illegal aliens coming across its borders at will and killing its citizens with deadly drugs and things and not doing anything about it. That's the thing. Not saying none of this stuff occurs. It happens. But when you have a system that's standing by and helping initiate and in certain aspects accelerate the things that are going on, yeah. So we no longer have to sit back and wonder, well, dang, what is it like to live in a communist society? We're in the midst of one. It might not be as extreme as some, but the times that we're in right now would would dictate a tyrannical society. So, what do you do? What do you do? Like I said, enough smoke can kill you. And for the simple fact that now you see them coming on the airwaves, literally dancing around the facts because nothing is directly linked to Joe Biden. It's like Joe Biden coming out saying, well, where's the money? They're literally playing in front of our face, antagonizing, teasing with such arrogance. But I also believe, like I've always believed, day is going to come. When exactly, I don't know, but a day is going to come. But every day that goes by, more and more information is coming out about the corruptness that is taking place within this administration. It comes out, and these are things that we have to endure in order to prevail, I guess, should I say. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Charlene Odom, Mario Garguis. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But we're just having an afternoon pop-up. I appreciate everybody for dropping their comments. But it's a mad world out there. Now that, hey, if you live in New York, you know all about Mr. Softy. So I heard this morning on the television that they're trying to now put Mr. Softies out of business. Yeah. They want to, I guess, discontinue. What are all them kids gonna do that live in all them neighborhoods they used to hearing that that Mr. Softy? I used to hear him coming 3-4 blocks down and we all be running down to the truck. But hey, it's time to, I don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of the day. But no matter what I do, I want to make sure y'all have a great, blessed rest of the day. It's hump day, it's Wednesday. So go out, be a blessing. And in the meantime, in between time, this is your man. And I might be on tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern or 10 o'clock Eastern to give my followers on the West Coast ample time to get home through that busy, hectic traffic out there. I talked to a couple of peeps and they don't get into about 6:30 or so. So I'll go ahead and ramp back on the time on that. But hey, it's always a pleasure. It's always fun. And like I said, keep sending the stars. I appreciate the stars. They help me grind, help me keep everything going. So I'm out. Yep, I am. Deuces.